I know you're probably thinking, like, why the hell are you sat outside in the cold, in the rain? February 8th, 2009, 8 years ago today, was when, my first dog died. Was when we had to put him down. And it's just kind of thinking about him. Like, I know people are probably like, Jess, why is this important? Why are you even talking about him? Like, what is the point of this? He was my best friend. He was only a year and a half younger than me. So I had grown up with him since I was like 2 years old, since I was a baby. And I hadn't experienced losing anyone close to me yet. Yes, I know he wasn't a human being, but to me he was, because he had the qualities of being a human being. Yes, he was stubborn, but he made me laugh. He had such a great personality. I had this all planned in my head and now I just can't think about it. In Jewish tradition, on the year of someone's death, like each year you go and you place a stone on their grave. It's just to do with the whole memorial and a sign of respect and all of that kind of stuff, and just to know that you're thinking of them. Just 8 years ago, my Babs, Bracken, he developed like secondary lung cancer. Anyone with cancer, anyone who knows anyone who has cancer, like, you know the pain and the struggle, because you know the unknown. If that makes sense. Like, you don't know what's going to happen to them, and you don't know if they're going to get better or if they're going to get worse or anything. And it was just painful to see him, like, knowing Bracken, knowing Babs. He was so full of energy. He had, like, as I was saying, like, he had the best personality. He was stubborn at times, but he was just like, he was my best friend. I'd grown up with him, and I was so used to seeing him every day, at home or after school or whatever, at weekends. And it's just happened so quickly. Just started seeing him, like, is the word degenerate? Like, he lost weight, he found it hard to walk, he couldn't even cock his leg up to go pee, and, like, he lost full control of his organs. And it's just, we knew we had to, take away from misery, and I couldn't deal with that. I was so distraught, and it took me like 3 years to get over it. I'm still not over it, but each night at school I would, like, cry myself to sleep. I know it sounds like so OTT, but I would cry most nights, and it took me 3 years to stop the tears. Great rhyme, Jess, great rhyme. But I was blaming the wrong people. I felt like really pissed off with my house mistress for telling my friends about it. And it's like, you know what? She was, although we have our differences, she was actually trying to look out for me so that they knew. And, like, God, I'm losing my words. And it's like, the real people I should have been blaming were, the vets that did the operation on him, because he had, like, this tiny little tumour, and they fucked it up. They didn't remove all of it, so, like, part of his tumour made its way into his system, and it's their fault. During these times, like, your brain and your mind, they're all over the place. You put the blame on the wrong people, you blame yourself, you blame others, and that's not what you should be doing. And, like, I know it's all cliche, but it does get better. It does get better. It takes everyone different amounts of time. Like, it took me 3 years. It's now like 8 years later, I'm still thinking about it. Don't think about the bad times, just think about all the memories. I know, like for me, I'm really worried that I'm going to lose the memories and that I'm going to forget about him. And that's what upsets me. I don't want to forget about him because I had so much love for him. I had so much love for him. And it was so hard to say goodbye. And then it's like 5 years later, my other dog, he wasn't well at all and we had to put him down. I thought I was prepared. I thought I would be prepared because I'd gone through it the first time. But it hit me just as hard. It's just hard it is hard to recover from those things. You know, I still have tears and I still think about them each day. Don't forget about that person or that pet or just anyone. Just don't forget about them. They know you love them. They do. God, none of this is making any sense, and I don't even know what I'm thinking right now. See, this is the thing, like you're so irrational. Your brain and your mind and your heart and everything just goes all over the place and you never know what to say. You're worried about saying the wrong things and thinking the wrong things and blaming the wrong people and all of this kind of crap. Those people who can't express themselves, don't feel ashamed for the fact that you can't show your emotions or something, or you show them the wrong way, you express yourself the wrong way. Because it is a difficult time in your life, and I don't know. It's just then like thinking about how we had to bury him. We had to bury him ourselves. It's like digging his grave. I thought if I cut off some of his fur, like before we buried him, I could, it could be like movie AI and I'd be able to clone him. And it's just, you think of all these stupid things because you don't want to lose this person, you don't want to lose them, and you don't want to let go. I just still don't want to let go. I was saying all these stupid things. I'm like, you're like a missing puzzle in my world. There's some chicken in the fridge. Please, can you wake up? I'll feed it to you. And all this. There's no point of this video. There's just no point of this video. This actually has no structure, and I don't know what my point is. I think my point is just that I've had to deal with death each year at school after that, and that fucking sucks. The point is some people may think it's stupid that you've lost a pet because it's not the same as a human being, but they're wrong. If someone makes you feel a certain way, if you have a connection with someone or something, they're part of your life. Losing someone is never easy. It's always hard. It takes people different amounts of time to get over it. And don't feel like you have to get completely over it. In 5 years' time, 10 years' time, whatever, you can still be thinking about this person. If you can't remember the memories, at least you know what they were like as a being and as an individual. I can't remember all my memories about Bracken and about Finn, but I know they had... they were loving, they were stubborn, they were shy, they were quiet. I know what made them the being they were, and that's why I loved them. I gave them my all, I gave them my heart. And I don't want to forget about them in 50 years' time. I still don't want to forget about them, but I'm scared that I will. I'm going off track again, but my point is it does get better. I know, as cliche as it does sound, it does get better. It does get better. You just got to give yourself time. And if someone else is going through something, if someone else has lost someone, don't be offended if they blame things on you or say things to you. They're going through a tough time, and they're all over the place. If they don't know what they're thinking, if they don't know what they're saying, they don't know what they're doing, you just got to give them time. It takes time to salt the wounds, to heal them. All of it. I don't know. This makes no sense. This made no sense. This makes no sense. I just want them to know that I love them. And I'm still thinking of them. I will always love them. Forever and a day. Always. I can't deal with this. I can't.